Aries, this is your yearly. So messages, Spirit, please, for Aries for 2021. The whole year. A wheel, please. A card a month with clarifiers. Just so you know. What do we need to know, Spirit? Oh. The energy, the advice, the situations, the people, the choices. What do we need to know for Aries 2021? Love and light, Spirit, please. Transformation, the number 11. Massively important. That number 11 seems to be important, and for Pisces, November was the month, so you may have to wait a while. We'll also pick a clarifier for that in a minute, but we'll go for the clock now. One card a month, Spirit, please, working from the top. Full circle. The government keeps sending me messages. I have no idea why, because I don't take any notice. So, Aries, what do you need to know? What words of advice can you give, Spirit, please? Card, should I say, because there's a significator. So we'll start with the significator, Spirit, please, for the middle. Oh, I don't believe it. Pisces had the same card. Now I have shuffled these in between reads as well. So, one card for January, Spirit, please. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, oh my Lord, August, September, October, November. Oh, and they had that in exactly the same place. December. Oh my word. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. There must be a connection here with Pisces. You may have Pisces in your chart. I have no idea, but there is definitely a situation here to do with the Pisces. We have Leo mentioned more than once. We have Scorpio mentioned. We have Taurus mentioned. and possibly Pisces because of that Neptune energy. And Pisces started off with the card that you have in July. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, female, anything to do with finances with females, women in uniform, women of a darker complexion, mother energy, finances, career, someone being very generous, a good friend, coming out of a nightmare situation, sleepless nights. So generosity of others in January. Possibly your mother. February, we have the Leo energy. You have to take control. You have to be able to control the demons within and without, and possibly a Leo. It's about the heart, the back, having the strength to get through things. It's solid, stable finances and home life, but that may come to an end. But it's usually stability, security, 10 years is mentioned. Because you're not moving forward, you're stuck in a rut. There may be an emotional surprise. Someone's not putting enough effort into this situation in February. Work is poor and so is finances. March, there is massive arguments. Conflicts could get violent, possibly over children. It's feeling like you want to walk away but not doing so. It's somebody who wants to win at all costs, so they're quite prepared to live in misery to do so. They will cut off the nose to spite their face. As long as they win, they're not bothered about being happy. May, there is again the Leo female. She is financially successful. She demands respect. She demands a certain way of life. Someone has to release their hold on something, possibly control. It could be you, because it is a fire sign female, but it's usually a Leo in this deck. So, but someone has to release the old way of doing things, the outcome of a situation, finances, letting go of being stubborn. June, we have, you need to get good advice, professional good advice. Doctors, priests, lawyers, perhaps, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, mature men, those that have knowledge. Don't take advice from anybody but a professional. July, we have someone very over emotional, water sign energy. There's no love in this situation, and there is danger from dishonest tendencies. Anything you earn will be taken from you. And it's been going on for some time, 8 years. A loss of finances, a loss of career perhaps, and it just gets worse. It goes from 8 to 7 in August. Again, it's the repeat of the significator card, which I'll tell you about in a minute, but it's the need for haste, rapid communications. Be alert, be aware, and be ready. Don't compare yourself to others. You may have to rely on the generosity of others for finances, or they will be coming to you to take even more from you. So there is financial difficulties, and you must prepare. So prepare now for more financial difficulties. If you have a yes/no question, the answer is no. There is it is a transformation, because that's what we've got there, but it's saying that somebody is fighting tooth and nail for this transformation not to happen. If you put as much effort into making this transformation happen, you'd be much happier. Those born on the 13th, living or past it, for your diary and address, massively important in a negative way. It's Scorpio energy. The answer is no. If anybody suggests they're pregnant, it's either a lie or it's not yours. It's Scorpio energy rules the reproductive organs and shared resources. There is nothing in this situation at all. Your cups are empty. You've pretty much had enough. That's in September. October, a path of blood and tears, torn between what you should do and what you want to do. Unhappiness within the home and family life, perhaps a house move, perhaps losing your home. It's those born on the 18th, living or past it, for your diary and address, massively important in a negative way. 3 people born 1970 could be involved, plus or minus 12 February to February, and a Cancer. So this is not a good energy. 18th. That's October. November, we have the Tower moment. The shock, something that rocks your world, arguments, accidents, losses within the home, a Cancer, control, loss of control. It rules again the home, the ancestors, and the breasts. It's something monumental that will change your life forever. So the 16 is a blessing in disguise. The 7 or the 25 is negative energy. It could be problems with a vehicle. It could be parking tickets, speeding fines, accidents. It's not good. Ambulances, fire engines, etc. And December, there is massive outpouring of emotions, possibly alcohol problems, and the answer is yes. This water sign energy is massively important. The answer is yes. But the overall energy is about jealousy within the home, possible infatuation with an outsider, and stalling. So no communication, no movement forwards, especially in finances and career by the look of it. But there is some suggestion that it is affecting your emotional and family life also. We have mentioned, as I say, Cancer, Scorpio, Leo definitely. but it's a transformational energy. So let's see what we have. Bring this together for me, Spirit, please, before we read the transformation card. Is there any other words that you need to give Aries? Love and light, please. Looks like a power struggle between you and another fire sign. 16 is massively important. It's twice it's mentioned. So it is a challenge. The Shadow Queen gently asks you to address your innermost character flaws, but look at them with compassion. For now is the time to bring your wounded self and hidden agendas into the light. There is a hidden agenda there. So January, February, March, April, May, June, there's a hidden agenda. You're seeing the tangible results of those aspects of your nature that involve in response to difficulties in your life. So you've tried to keep it all together, and that's how you've survived. Perhaps you're falling prey to insecurities masked by elitism and arrogance, believing that you know best, so faking it till you make it. To comparing yourself to others, which I said, didn't I? Comparison's not your friend. Or to being fearful and self-sabotaging yourself. Yes, you are. You're trying very hard to stop this transformation taking place. You may have been taught that manipulating others rather than being direct is the way to get your needs met. The Shadow Queen reminds you that manipulation in any forms isn't the best method of getting what you want. Another meaning is also that you're being affected by someone else's wounded self, and perhaps you are the one that's being manipulated. Whatever the case, it's time to take a fearless personal inventory and observe what part you play in the dramas and potential disasters in your life. And when you come to a place of humility, forgive yourself and others with grace, then you may proceed again and walk into the light. There is great value and strength in facing your own shadow in the realm of the Shadow Queen. So you have to take a big look at yourself. Number 11 is where we started, and it's the most lovely number because it is a gateway. It is the Six of Swords, which we have there. You're feeling stuck and Spirit want you to move on. Don't take the baggage of the past with you, just move on to a new future. Because people living deeply have no fear of death, and you're fearing it. This is about the unseen, so possible secrets. It's also about an explosion or a blowout. So watch for a blowout in the tyres of your car. They've mentioned 1930. I don't know what that means. It may mean something to you. But it's bringing about a very significant life change for you. It is a higher octave of Mars, but has some similarities to Saturn. So this is about force, somebody forcing you and oppressing you in your life. It's about time you made a renewal and a rebirth, and that's what you're avoiding. It brings to the surface things that have been hidden or felt deep inside, so you deeply feel these emotions. These are sometimes painful to confront, because they're embarrassing or taboo. It's unwelcome surprises, and Pluto can be like the tower collapsing. What did I say? A life from which you must rebuild from the debris, and also inspiration. Many things you have relied upon for always being there will suddenly disappear and leave. More than anything else, it represents endings and new beginnings. Don't fight these new beginnings. It is not a card of physical death. Since our lifetimes we experience many deaths and new starts. It is simply a time when the decks are being wiped clean for new actions. And most of the time you begin to feel ill at ease with the feeling of something not quite right. Things go down with a strangely eerie silence, like the Titanic. If you're in a relationship that's been difficult, it will either end or deepen or become more fulfilling. Any romance that starts at this time should prove to be intense. It is a very important not to try and control things. What did I say about control? Somebody will try and control you. Instead, surrender to the ups and downs for a while, although some of these changes may be painful ones. That said, this is a time of intense sexuality. It may come in various forms: great sex, not enough sex, strange sex, but most likely intense and consuming sex. In terms of job or career, it is time to get another. When the Pluto card presents itself in a reading, you may have recently been infatuated with hidden subjects, certain mysteries, or the taboo. This could be a time when you are able to sense and feel those spirits around you, especially if you have a mother in spirit, because we started with a mother. Sometimes this is a card that can indicate psychic attacks, and thus you should be careful who you open up to. Be cautious if you are involved in anything paranormal or occult in nature, because you are not vulnerable. In fact, your strength is growing, but it's important at this point in time to protect yourself from anything negative, such as energy vampires close to you, types of people, or lost spirits looking around your home. You may become upset concerning something about your past that turns out not to be what you always thought it was. On a more mundane level, you may have to be more careful with your finances, taxes, inheritance especially, and you might have the opportunity to suddenly move to a new home. What did I say? But beware of foundations, water or sewer problems, and also the possibility that this house is haunted. Think of Pluto as leftover things that tend to languish in a state of decay or decadence, but more positively rejuvenation, healing and birth. So you're putting off this transformation. There may be the chance of a miscarriage, or someone saying a child is yours that's not, and that did come up in Pisces. So, and they do seem to be linked. Positive rejuvenation, healing and a rebirth. So from destruction comes creation and regeneration. Something is passing away, something old is leaving, but something new arrives. People you know passing away, funeral homes, mortuaries, hospitals, sewers, latrines, bathrooms, dumps, graveyards. That's what's been buried, decay, hidden or unseen things, ghosts, spirits, dark entities, hauntings, tunnels, the underground, Gothic culture, weather, the genitals, procreative system and the lower colon, crossroads, divorce, changes in finance, the culling back of non-essential in your life, a twisted outlook, profound rebellion, the colours black, purple and maroon, a transformation, ending, beginning, new ways, the end of the old, and an intensity. You are moving forward to a new life, leaving the old behind and not taking the baggage with you. Wow, these reads, what can I say? Pisces was a little bit worse, I think. But we'll see what the next one brings. Thanks for listening.